Hey guys, Jsnow with another vlog for you guys. So this one, This one's about all the E3 craziness. This has definitely been the funniest, most epic fail E3 I've ever seen. There was just so much nonsense. It was hilarious. But the good thing was, there wasn't that much cheesy stuff. You know, when they're playing the game like, oh, this is so good, guys. Hey, you have to buy this, man. It's so good. It's like, you know, there was little... less of that, thank God. So we're going to do conference by conference, give them like a little grade rating, I guess, and see what happens. So we'll start. I made a whole note text page, like a huge, so I remember most of the stuff. Now, it's a lot of stuff, I mean, not a lot of stuff, but I'm going to be missing some stuff because I don't remember all of it, but I have it all jotted down here. So on Xbox, they opened up, what was it, Metal Gear Solid 5, if I remember correctly? That looked good. Open world Metal Gear Solid 5. That game looked nice and flawless. I'm not sure if that's I don't think that's an Xbox exclusive, Xbox One exclusive, so you can get it on PS4 if you want to. I'm pretty sure, but the stealth, the open world, and everything seems a pretty good fit for Metal Gear Solid 4. And now that I talk about open world, that seems to be like the theme of this. Like every single freaking game, open world. It's like every game wanted to be WoW. It's like open world experience. There were so many open world games announced. It was ridiculous. The Halo 5 Desert Trick. Oh my... well, actually, not. I think it's called Halo Spartan Assault. That blew my mind. Now, I'm not a Halo fan. I can care less about Halo, but the way they brought that... Everybody was sitting there watching that trailer with the random dude in the desert, and everybody's like, what the hell is this? And then that big owl thing, and like, woo! You see the big owl thing just rising up from the sand, and then it's like, what the fuck kind of game is this? And then, Master Chief, and I'm like... what? It's like, what the fuck? Master Chief? What the hell is this? Then there was the BF4 audio fail. That was hilarious. They went to play Battlefield 4. The guy is about to start the game, and then he's sitting there like this, and then he's like, where's the audio? And then the guy next to him, there was two guys. The other guy wasn't playing. He's walking back and forth. He's walking back and forth like this. He's like, oh my god, what is going on? He's like, what is going on? The audio failed. It was fucking hilarious. But they did get to play the game, and that part was pretty awesome. They were on like a ship. The graphics were insane, but they were playing PC at the Xbox One conference. They were playing PC. There's a photo. There's a screenshot out there. Just Google it. Battlefield 4 played at E3 on PC or something like that. And if you look at the top right corner, don't know my right from my left or whatever. If you look at the top right corner, there was a backspace button. Instead of instead of a different button. So most likely it was played on PC, of course. PC Master Race. And so it was played on there. Now, what else was there? There was a lot of non-gameplay showings. They're like, here guys, here's some in-game footage. Shows fucking CGI trailer. It's like, so there's a lot of games at the Microsoft conference that just had no gameplay. And I did not care at all for no gameplay stuff. Like, I did not care. Did not pay attention, so a lot of games that I don't mention probably had no gameplay footage. Dead Rising 3, my god, that looked orgasmic. I was like, at first when they showed it, the graphics were pretty good. I mean, it may have been PC again. We always gotta say it's always may have been PC, but it looked amazing. And, you know, the zombies busting through the fences and stuff was ridiculous. I mean, I didn't think it was a Dead Rising game until they started doing the combat action, because that looked pretty much the same. Like, the combat action looked the same, but everything else didn't. And the best part of that was a chainsaw throw. So what the guy did, he was able to make like a chainsaw in like 2 seconds, attached to like, it looked like a lawnmower, like the small little lawnmowers that you use in the backyard just to trim the edges. And then he threw that shit at a zombie. Zombie falls apart into 2 pieces. Absolutely epic. I can't wait for that game, especially on PC. So that's the Xbox conference. Now, there was no talk of their DRM, which was pretty funny, because this is going to bite them in the ass like tenfold by the time I'm done with this vlog. So there was no talk of the 1 hour game always online at your friend's house thing, the 24 hours always online at your house, or the used game DRM bullshit. There was no talk about that. And so they tried to put that like on, they tried to hide that somewhere, but oh man, that did not work. Now on to EA. So EA I'm going to be pretty quick with, because EA was, the Xbox one. The Xbox, I would have to give a C. They did show like some big ass games, but there wasn't no, like as far as exclusive games, there wasn't that much like great stuff in it. They also showed one game, if I remember, it was this conference that I think it was called Titanfall. And it was like a mech robot game, but it looked like Call of Duty to me, so I didn't care for it that much. It was like Call of Duty with a little bit of parkour and mech robots. And last but not least, Xbox One price. Oh man, $4.99. I was like, damn. I was like, no way in hell I would even consider buying it $4.99. Just wait for that price drop, man. We were like, what is up with $4.99? So that's a lot of money for a console, especially with the DRM. And we haven't heard Sony's price yet. And so by them announcing $4.99, which seems ridiculous, Sony had the time to actually think about the price. So by the time we get to the Sony conference, we get to find out, did they just try to fuck Xbox in the ass? Are they more expensive? Because you gotta remember, the PS4 is more powerful than the Xbox One. So you would think, you know, it has to be more expensive. It's more powerful than an Xbox One, but we shall see once I get to the Sony conference. But overall, I have to give them like a C. They did show most of the, you know, there was no TV talk. I think they said it maybe once, they said TV. And everybody in the stream chat was like, oh my god, TV, 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 TV? So they didn't do it, what do you call it, anymore. So I can give them a C for that. You know, if they started talking about TV, we would have fucking lost it. So EA, next is EA. There was EA Sports. It was like sports. I did not care. There was like so much sports. The basketball guy, oh my god, when they did the basketball, I forgot who did it, but there was a pro over the basketball guy, and the guy's like, reverse, release, or something like that. Reverse, release, reverse. I was like, what the fuck is this? So over dramatic. And he's like, look, ma, no hands. And I'm like, what the fuck is this, man? It's just basketball. Calm down. He's like, no, reverse. He said it like at least 10 times, man. I was like, what the fuck is this? Then there was FIFA with Drake. I was so happy. He didn't sing. Like, there was no musical performances in this whole entire thing. I was so glad. Because I saw Drake come up and I'm like, oh god, he's going to start from the bottom, isn't he? He's going to do it. And then he was like, nah, I just play FIFA. And then he leaves. And I was like, good. Good. Now, what else did they have? Battlefront 3, oh my god. They showed it again, but this time the multiplayer. So in Battlefield 3, they're going to have commander mode again. I mean, it was pretty scripted on the screen, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. Because they were actually working in squads and stuff, like saying, you know, you go over here, you do this, you do that. But the map, oh my god, the map. We have to stop and look at the map. I mean, I can't show footage of it, but basically, you can just type in the Battlefield 4 multiplayer. Did I say Battlefield 3? Yeah, I think I said Battlefield 3 by accident. But you can type in Battlefield 4 multiplayer, and what do you call it? You can see the building. You can actually go all the way up on top of a skyscraper, like all the way up. Like the distance from the top to the ground, from the ground to the top is huge. And then they take over, in the E3 footage, they take over like a little base or something. And then that skyscraper's falling, and they're yelling, the people yelling in the game are like, skyscraper's going down. I'm like, wait, what do you mean the skyscraper's going down? Like, you're 50 freaking feet up the air. So they go skydive off the top of the skyscraper, and he turns around, and you see the skyscraper fall, like, so epic, man. Like, that blew my mind. The whole skyscraper falling thing was insane. Not sure exactly why it fell. I guess you could blow it up, but the fact you can blow up buildings like this massive, huge is amazing. Then there was the big announcement, Battlefront 3 on the Frostbite 3. I think on the Frostbite 3 engine. Yeah, yeah. It's like, guys, Battlefront 3. You guys, Battlefront 3. Yeah. It's like Battlefront 3 is coming. They only show like a quick footage thing though. It was a CGI thing, so I assume it's gonna play out like Battlefield. It would be cool if it played out like Battlefield, but since there was no footage, it's just gonna be speculation from here on out. But at least we have Battlefront 3. Now, I hope I can play that on YouTube. I know I can play it on the live stream, but when it comes to EA, unfortunately it's an EA game, so I'm like, damn it. What do you call it? I have to see if I can even play it on YouTube. If not, then maybe I can play it on the live stream. But I gotta see if I have the money for this, because there's a lot of stuff that I kind of want to get. There's just so much stuff coming out. And then there was Need for Speed Rivals. Same old shit, Need for Speed. I mean, I was a little disappointed. It was like the same old, you know, person A races car. Person B is cop chasing car. Person C is random helicopter trying to fly and distract you. There was nothing good about that. It was just whatever. It's like meh. Dragon Age, man, Dragon Age. I forgot all about it, and I bet everybody did. But they showed like some Dragon Age trailer. The second the Dragon Age ends, there was no claps. Just absolute no clap. Like nobody gave two fucks about like poor Dragon Age, man. Nobody gave two fucks. Everybody just sat there like, yes, Dragon Age. Next. It was like nobody cared, man. Absolutely nobody. Then the UFC intro with Bruce Buffer. It was funny. They had to add in the fake clapping. They had the fake clapping like during a UFC fight when they did the intro, and then you heard the one real clap. There was some guy just going like this between like all the fake. I'm about to say fapping. All the fake clapping. That was pretty funny. And then there's Mirror's Edge. That was for a new UFC game. I mean, I don't care for it, so I'm not going to talk about it. Then there was a Mirror's Edge 2. So Mirror's Edge 2, which I don't think they said in the E3 conference, but it's going to be actually a reboot. It's not just going to be, continuation Mirror's Edge 2. It's going to be a complete reboot of this series. So we'll see what happens, I guess, because it didn't make enough sales or whatever for the first one. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But it was a pre-rendered. It may have been in-game footage, but it looked more like a rendered CGI cutscene. So I'll have to say no in-game footage. So overall for EA, I'll probably have to give them a C, only because even though Battlefield 4 was amazing, and Mirror's Edge 2 and Battlefront 3 was announced, the sports part was really long and dragged out, and then they did a Need for Speed demo, which for racing games I don't find that really needed to do like a demo of a racing game, unless you're showing off the graphics like in Gran Turismo or Forza. I mean, it was kind of just, you were just sitting there like, next. It was like, come on, man. It wasn't that much to see there. Ubisoft. Oh, Ubisoft. Now this one was funny because in the beginning they had the chick from the last conference, and she was wearing a shirt called that said #Girlwood, and I started dying laughing at that. And my viewers didn't know what he was talking about. Because I think the last conference, she was on the stage and she had Girlwood. Her nipples were like sticking out like out into space last time. So I assume she probably saw the videos and the comments and shit. So she decided to wear that shirt. But there was no Girlwood in this conference. So what did they talk about? Splinter Cell game. They did show this, I think, in the Xbox One preview, which was weird. I think they showed the Splinter Cell game, but it was like a 2-second, 5-second trailer. And no name, no nothing. Like we were all guessing like, what the hell is this? But at Ubisoft, they showed the Splinter Cell game. So I'm not really into Splinter Cell, so I can't really talk about it. Mighty Quest, free-to-play MMO. That one was weird. It was very corny. But the trailer with that, I thought it was a kid's game, because it looked like a kid's game. And then the guy just gets up there and he's like, you mother... He's like, your mother this and your mother... What? And I was like, oh, this is not a kid's game. So I was like, oh. But I mean, a free-to-play MMO... on a console. Was it on a console actually? I'm not sure if it was on a console, but it was just like, I don't know. But there is actually an open beta for Mighty Quest, so if you want to check out Mighty Quest, just Google Mighty Quest open beta, and hopefully that will get you to the right site if you want to try it out. But it does look like some kind of Diablo clone where you actually, but instead you make your own dungeons. I guess your friends have to complete the dungeons or something like that. Oh, what else? South Park. South Park was shown Stick of Truth. No gameplay once again. The Crew, which seems like a Need for Speed ripoff, but it's a huge open world, like massive. Like you'll be street racing in Miami. You can race to Las Vegas. You can go into Las Vegas. They didn't actually show into Las Vegas, but it looked pretty interesting, so it looked like it would differentiate it from the others. And my screen is shutting off. Alrighty, back. I don't know what happened. My screen started turning off. I guess the cord got loose on my screen. For some reason, every time I move super fast, the screen would just shut off. That was weird. So back to what I was talking about. So Watch Dogs was next on the Ubisoft. So Watch Dogs had no gameplay. That was pretty weird. Absolutely no gameplay. Rayman Rabbids Kids Show. I mean, it was like... I don't know really what to say to that. It's like Rayman Rabbids Kids Show. Excuse me, Assassin's Creed 4, I think it was just CGI crap. I wasn't paying attention, man. I did not care for Assassin's Creed for some reason. Trials Fusion and Frontier mobile. Yeah, they actually did a mobile game. I was like, really? A mobile game? So, Trials Fusion and Frontier. Trials Fusion will be the Xbox or PS3 game or whatever. And Trials Frontier will be the mobile game. And this is that bike racing game where you go down the hills and do tricks and stuff. Then the one that blew my mind was because I was complaining how I don't really care for Splinter Cell games. etc., or Tom Clancy games and stuff like that. Then they showed this game called Division, which is basically an end of the world MMO third person shooter, which is once again like WoW stuff once again. So they were showing it. You can do fights like they were fighting AI in a group. They were gaining experience levels and stuff. And then they get to the end for evac, and then they're like, oh shit. Somebody goes, oh shit, PvP, and I'm like, wait, PvP? So it ends up when they threw the flare for evac, there was like supposedly another team there that I guess would be real players that threw another flare, and then they were gonna start the PvP. I guess whoever gets the chopper first. But they cut it off at the PvP, which is really disappointing, but that was pretty interesting. And then there was Just Dance. I was so glad, man. They just showed the stupid 2-minute terrible, that whack family, the typical gaming family that knows nothing and are robots and have no emotions. They showed like a 2-minute trailer of that, and that was it. No Neo, whatever the hell they had last year. Thank God. So, as far as, Ubisoft, I'll give it about a C+. Now you think I'm being stingy, but there wasn't that many games, this is personal opinions, but there wasn't that many games that absolutely wowed me. I mean, if anything, the Tom Clancy game wowed me pretty well. So now we're on to PS3. Oh, PS3. This was probably the best E3 conference of all E3 conferences to date. So what do they start with? First they start off with the Vita. All the guys in the chat like, oh my god, Vita! Nobody likes the Vita! Why are you talking about Vita? Come on, we don't talk about Vita, we don't care about the Vita. Yes, we know the Vita has games, we don't want to buy the Vita. Like, everybody was going absolutely crazy. It's like, oh my god, Vita, we don't like the Vita. And then Last of Us. So I was sitting here like, why? So all the fanboys were like, oh my god, Last of Us. And I was like, the game just came out. And I'm pretty sure if it was coming out on Xbox, I think it came out today or something, but the game was basically out. So I was like, why a trailer of The Last of Us? The game already has reviews, it's out, you can buy it if you want to. I was like, come on, man. It's like, we need time for new games, PS4. PS4. And then there was this game called Rain. It was a ghost game. Everybody thought it was Silent Hill, because we were like, wait, because it looks all spooky and shit. Like, it looked all hazy, like Silent Hill, so like, Silent Hill. And then we see ghosts, and just ghosts walking around like ghost things. I'm like, oh, it's a ghost game. Then there was Beyond. Ah, crap, I forgot what that was. I haven't written it down here, but I forgot what Beyond was. I think it was maybe it was a female protagonist or some kind of game like that. I think it's a shooter, I don't remember. And here's a great one. Now we're kind of sitting here like, what is PS3 do? What is the PlayStation doing, man? Like, what are you guys doing? They show Batman. They show a new Batman trailer, and then they're like, but wait, DLC. Oh, it's like, why? DLC. Oh my God, they're showing off DLC. Ew. So apparently you can get like a 1960s Batman costume that's exclusive to the PlayStation version, I think. And we were like, oh my God, PS3 DLC. And then we're like, GTA 5. We're like, oh my God, GTA 5. It's here! Trailers! Stuff like that! $2.99 PS3 bundle. We're gonna have a $2.99 PS3 bundle for GTA 5. It's like, no trailers, no gameplay footage. What the fuck? I was like, come on! $2.99 PS3 bundle. And everybody's like, $2.99? Fuck that shit. Even though I think that's original price. And then we finally get to the PS3. I wrote down PS3. We finally get to the PS4 design. It looks nice, but it looks like a VCR and a toaster, man. Like, it has like a little edge in this, like, in the middle, and like you can put some really thin toast in there, make some toast and stuff for the family, good ass toast. And it just looks like a VCR, man. Like, it does not look like a gaming console, but you really can't complain once I go into more detail. And then we went down. Once they showed the design, then we went downhill. So we went downhill and we're like, no, what are you doing? The one thing PlayStation had to not say just to win everybody over instantly, TV. They were like, we have TV, but they wanted to spin it. Like, we have TV, but for gamers. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean TV for gamers? What do I see in the background? Queen Latifah. Yes, Queen Latifah for gamers. Yes. Perfect. And a whole bunch of other shows, I can't remember them, but a whole bunch of non-related gaming shows. And they kept saying TV for gamers. Then they're like, music for gamers. Music that gamers want. They show a big album of Bruno Mars. I'm like, it's like, TV, music for gamers. They couldn't stop with that. Then they had the Asian guy, and, you know, I don't really care about, you know, a lot of people make fun of the accent and stuff because he doesn't know English, but he said when they went for Twitter, he said Titter. You can look this up on Titter. I fucking lost it. I was like, really, Titter? fucking Titter, because they had him, I mean, at least he tried. I'll give him props for trying, but they probably should have got somebody who spoke better English, because they had the Asian guy, I forgot his name, not being racist, I just don't know his name, but they had the guy, you know, talking for quite a long time, but he was really hard to understand, and he was like, he did say PlayStation, like, everybody lost in the chat when he said it. It was eventually coming, PlayStation, fucking PlayStation. And then there was a preview, not a game started coming up. Now we're back on track, no more TV music, we were back on track. So we have The Order, which looked like a werewolf steampunk game. It was very weird. I mean, it looks interesting. Killzone Shadowfall. You know, I don't know why they still keep making Killzone games. Like, are they doing good? Like, I never really liked those games, and I never heard, like, there's no hype for them. And you had Infamous Son. Oh, no. What they did was, I have it out of order. What they did was, all these games are coming out, I think, for PS3. Killzone, Shadow, Werewolves, and Infamous. I might have it. I'm just using the list because it's too much to remember. But I think most of the games were coming out for PS3. Because they did show, before they showed any PS4 games, they actually showed just PS3 shit. Like, nobody cared. They're like, oh my god, PS4! Why you not show us PS4? So, I think all these games are for PS3 or PS4. I'm not sure. I might have this wrong. We don't want the Sony fanboys attacking me. You can chill. And my screen is flickering. I'm just making sure I'm going to re-record again just in case. Because my screen, I don't know why my computer's acting up right now. But anyway, then they had a Wizard promo thing. Like, for some game. What was it? The Dark Sorcerer. That was funny. It was like, they took it all serious. Like, the guy was ritualing, using rituals, like, and then it turned out just to be like a cameraman filming some kind of show with a freaking goblin. It was, I mean, just type in trailer for the Dark Sorcerer and you'll know what I'm talking about, because I really can't describe it. Then they showed some games, like some games that, some PS3 games. This was terrible, man. They showed, Diablo 3. Everybody was like, boo! Fuck Diablo! Boo! And they were like, oh, we're putting DLC in it we're putting DLC from Uncharted. You can get Uncharted gold coins or some shit. And I was like, more DLC. What are you doing, Sony? What are you doing? Then they showed Octodad. And it was funny when they showed Octodad. They were like, there will be no giant enemy crabs in this. I had a good chuckle from that. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google giant enemy crabs and you'll find out what I'm talking about. And then they have an Oddworld, if I can scroll this down so I can see what I'm talking about. They had an Oddworld remake. Now, I never played Oddworld, but people are very happy about that. So they're going to make an Oddworld remake. What else is next? Going down the list. Final Fantasy 14 Versus. That looked insane. Because I was like, this is a Final Fantasy game? Because I thought Versus was like the PSP one. Like Dissidia or whatever. I thought it was the one where the characters fight each other. But instead, it was like a third-person God of War, like, Final Fantasy game with, like, insane graphics. Like, they showed it was pre-rendered gameplay, but it was gameplay. Looked insane. And then at the end, they had, what was it, Altair, or whatever his name is, from Assassin's Creed 4. Or not 4. Assassin's Creed 2, I think from 2. They had him as a playable character. Like, they showed all the playable characters really quickly. So, you'll be able to play as the Assassin's Creed guy, I'll just call him. Assassin's Creed guy. In the Final Fantasy 14. If you haven't seen that trailer, just type in Final Fantasy 14 Versus. Looks insane. Then, oh my god, like, my boner just went, like, skyrocketed right after that. Kingdom Hearts 3. Yes! And they showed, like, really quick gameplay footage. At least it was some kind of gameplay footage. Really quick. And it showed, like, a swarm of freaking Heartless. Like, a swarm of the little dudes. Those little Heartless dudes. Just a swarm coming at Sora or whatever. It looked insane. The graphics look awesome. Cannot wait. Like, that sold me on PS3. I mean, PS4. I was like, must must buy PS4, must go to Xbox, must throw out Xbox, must throw thing in garbage, must throw thing away, must... No, I'm not gonna do it just yet. Not gonna throw my Xbox away. May need it. Maybe not. And what do you call it? So Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced. That this was the best part. Oh my god. There was tears in my eyes at this part. Tears in my eyes. When they played Assassin's Creed. And there was lag. The game started to lag up. Like every couple of minutes the game was starting to lag up. And then the guy went to jump. It was at the best time too. He was on the pirate ships, the guy, I don't know his name, the Assassin's Creed guy we'll call him. He was on the pirate ships running off the pirate ships and he went to go do his, his famous, jump with the arms off the ship. Then the game froze. Oh god, that lag. The guy went like this. They stopped it. They stopped it. Oh my god. It's over. The game ended. It fucked up. It broke. Oh, now they bring out Watch Dogs so you forget. What a fuck. They bring out Watch Dogs really quick. Oh my god. The game froze. And the guy is sitting there with his controller like this. Like, they cut out to the guy with the controller. He's sitting there. And he knows the game froze. And he's sitting there like... I'll post my reaction if I can get it on the screen. But if I don't get... My reaction to that, there was just tears in my eyes, man. It was the greatest fuck up. Not only was it a Battlefield 4 sound mess up, the Assassin's Creed just took the gold for E3 mess ups, man. Took the gold hands down. That shit just froze completely. It was fucking hilarious. Then right after that, we had another funny moment. LeBron James. I think they announced a new NBA 2K. LeBron James, they showed like real LeBron James and in-game LeBron James. And the fucking mouth on LeBron James was fucking hilarious. I lost it on that one too. Absolutely lost it. I was like, wow. And then Elder Scrolls Online is actually a first-person MMO. This has been announced already, but it's Elder Scrolls Online was a first-person MMO, and it's gonna be on the PS4, I think. And this should be interesting that it's first. I thought it was gonna be third person, but it's gonna be first person like Skyrim. So it's basically gonna be Skyrim Online, I guess. So we'll just have to see what happens when that comes out. Then there was a quick preview for Mad Max. Now I think that's the Duke Nukem, like a Duke Nukem game. I don't know it, to be honest. But there was no claps. I was like, wow. The chat would say like, oh my god, Mad Max. Oh my god, guys, you hear that? Mad Max. Oh my god, Mad Max. The audience was dead. Right after the Mad Max trailer, just dead. No claps at all. No claps. Then this was where Microsoft just got plowed in the ass. Just destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. So the guy comes up there, the Sony executive has a big smile. He's trying to hold back his big ass smile. And he's like, there will be no used games DRM. Everybody's like, Sony, Sony, Sony. No used games DRM. Then he turns and then he stops and he's like, no online required. You will not have to plug in your system online every 24 hours or 1 hour at your friend's house. Everybody's like, Sony! Sony! Then he goes, and you'll be allowed to live stream on Ustream. Fuck! Because what happened, which I guess I didn't talk about, was on Xbox One, which I forgot to talk about earlier. Xbox One, you'll be able to live stream to Twitch from your Xbox immediately, and they have an exclusive deal, and I'm like, no! Why? Why Twitch? Why? You sided with the devil. The devil. So what do you call it? The Ustream, basically the Ustream got, I don't know how that is, man. And then there was a quick Destiny gameplay. So we're all sitting here like, price? Wait, price of PS4? Where's the price of the PS4? Where's the price? And they played Destiny, which looked like Halo. It was basically Halo and WoW smacked in together. It was pretty interesting, but it looked too much Halo for me. Then at the ending, they announced the price, $3.99. Oh my god, Xbox is fucked. Absolutely fucked. fucked. And with the Xbox is $4.99, the PS3 is $3.99. They're screwed. They're outright screwed. No DRM, free online, the same old PlayStation Plus. I think they're actually giving a free racing game out for the PlayStation 4 if you have a PlayStation Plus membership already when you do switch to the PlayStation 4. $3.99. Kingdom Hearts 3. You can't, like, how do you beat that? You can't. With the 24-hour collection bullshit. So I have to give the Sony conference an A-. I'll give it like an A-, only because they started the TV bullshit. And I was like, no, bad Sony, no TV. So, I mean, it just took the floor. So if we just sum it up all together, basically the Xbox One, if there was a console war definite winner, it has to be PS4. Now, the only way PS4 can have an issue is with the lag. Because since Assassin's Creed was played on there with the lag, could the PS4 have some lag issues? Maybe, but it's not even out yet. And I don't remember if they announced the release date. I was just like, I was rolling in my seat like, yeah, Sony! That I don't remember if they announced the release date, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in November, as the Xbox announced it in November also, somewhere in November, I think. So, that's pretty much it for the vlog. What do you guys think? What's your favorite shit? Did you laugh hard when they failed at the Assassin's Creed? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll do more vlogs like this as E3 announcements come out. So, thanks for watching as always. See you guys next time.